and I'm still like, how do you cut up ginger, you know? And I was like, I can do this better. Like there's a system to this, there's an efficiency side to this. And then that's when we created our premier service.
You got the boot, you're making food. How do you what was your mindset and how did you move forward? Go ahead.
Well, okay. So that is awesome. So I left that business, and I was like, okay, so I'm making this food for people. Like, I know people love my recipes and they love how I do things. They love the efficiency of how I do it and make it that creates time for them. So I was like, I'm just going to do that. So I threw it all in with the supplements, right? The supplement packages and the shakes, and we've got it all for you. And I would just like fire hose them and great. And I'm like, why doesn't everyone want this? Like, I'm willing to do like pantry cleanouts and create recipes for you so that they go in line with your perfect supplements so you can lose all this weight that you need to lose, you know, that kind of stuff. And people were just like, that's not great. But then what I did next is I actually went to a wills, estates and trust class because I was like, I'm going to go be an adult and get a will and a trust and set up my estate with my husband. And we're sitting there and I open up this pamphlet and I'm going through it and this gal's putting on this seminar. And to this side is all the stuff I'm supposed to be filling out. But on this side, she's a marketing guru and she's talking about how she can do coaching and how she can pull the idea out and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, switch. And so then I was like reading the marketing piece the whole time. And I was like, oh, she's got like, I need to know more about this. So she invited me to this seminar and she had me work through some exercises and whatnot with this group of women. And she had a low ticket, you know, entry point, $997 for group coaching. If you've got an idea or want to be an entrepreneur. And I don't know, even at the time, if I knew what the word entrepreneur really meant, or if I was really willing to take it on, you know, that difference between like hobby and entrepreneur. And so I was like, oh my gosh, well, she helped me cut out the MLM side and then cut out like this, whatever this other side was. And then later we named it, it was Easy Peasy Kitchen. And it is, and then that's what it's become today. So, and then that just took off. I mean, people were like, that I want, that they're like, I want all the cooking stuff. I don't need the supplements. Like, you know what I mean? And so I was like, oh, okay.
It makes sense.
Yeah. And then it just took off. So it was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Well, then it's hard because you know, it's like the new ideas are on me and what am I going to do? And then do I have a team? Am I doing it myself? You know, what is this going to look like? And so Arn and I, we went up to this particular coach's, like a retreat seminar, and she and her husband put it on and they said, you need to have a high ticket. What is that? Like something in the not, you know, $1,000 range, $700 range, like you need to have something. And I was like, I don't know what that is. And so we were driving home this 2-hour ride. And I was like, what if I actually made food? Cause I started interviewing people who had Blue Apron. And I'm like, why do you do this? Why do you like it? But what do you hate about it? And it kept coming down to, it's still taking me an hour. Blue Apron is still taking me an hour because everything's coming singly. I'm reading the recipe 4 or 5 times over. It doesn't make sense to me. And I'm still like, how do you cut up ginger? You know? And I was like, I can do this better. Like there's a system to this. There's an efficiency side to this. And then that's when we created our premier service.